everyone, my name is Joyce Odera, and today we're going to have a small training. It's called the Ultimate Guide to Creating Facebook Lead Generation Ads. Okay, so let's begin. So, in this training, you're going to learn the power of Facebook, how you can create exceptional pictures using Canva, how you can write catchy headlines, how you can target audiences on Facebook, and how you can run a lead generation ad on Facebook. So that's it. So straight to it. The power of Facebook. I mean, we all know that Facebook is really important, but do you know that about 76% of Facebook users visit the platform every day? The average number of users spends about 15 minutes each day on Facebook, and we know people that even spend more. So the figures here are way less than they really are in real life. And now, so the goal is to make these numbers work for you. If we have so many people on Facebook every time, your one goal should be to put your product in front of those people, and I'll show you exactly how you can do that. So right next to it, we're going to go to Canva, and I'll show you how you can use Canva to create amazing pictures and posts you can use. So to go to Canva, you just Google canva.com, and here's the first thing you'll see if you open your Canva. So here, what you do is, if you have a Canva account, you can log in, but if you do not have a Canva account, you can sign up, and there are different categories. You have the education, small business, large company, whatever it is you want to use Canva for. So I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in. Okay, so here again you have two options. You can log in with your Facebook, your Google, or use your email. So I'm just going to log in with my Google account because that's what I've always used. And then there you go. So here you're going to have a lot of designs and pictures. So you just go straight to create a design and click on more. So what happens here is you have different templates for different reasons. If you want to create a card, a logo, whatever it is. So in this case, we're going to run an ad. So I'll just teach you how you can use Canva to run a Facebook ad. And here down at ads, you have a Facebook ad, which is the correct dimension Facebook accepts. So you see Canva does the picking out for you already. So you can just click on that. And here you have so many options. You have different designs, different words. Now, one thing you need to notice is the words here are less because Facebook has a policy that doesn't allow you use more than 20% of words on a particular picture. So here you notice the words are mostly just 2 words or just 5 words. So always make sure that if you want to write on your picture, make sure that you use few words, not more than 20% of the picture. So for instance, if we pick out this, because I think I particularly like this color. So right now, let's quickly redesign this picture in a few minutes. So background, if you click on background, you're going to see different templates. You can change the color as you wish. Whatever color you want to use, you're free to use. And then the good thing here is you can also work on the text. Now, if you don't like how this text looks, you can use any of the text. You can pull this here, and then you edit it and put whatever you want to use. So there you go. Okay, so now there's also another part of Canva that you should know. There is the upload your own picture. So here, for instance, if there aren't images you like, if there aren't designs you like, you can upload your own image, especially if you're trying to showcase something in particular. So if you just a quick rundown, you see I've uploaded a whole lot of images. Now these are images I've used for other uses. So let's just say that I upload a quick picture, a cake, and that's it. So you can upload the cake, and then you can impute the cake into your design and quickly resize and just try to make something beautiful right there. You can crop the image. Great. You can also upload your logo. If you have a logo, this is the best place to upload your logo. Let's say, for instance, you have a logo like this. So this is a quick one. You can brand all your pictures, and now it looks natural. So you see that? Okay. So we have layouts, like I said, where you have the Canva layouts, and you have a lot of images here you can choose from. There are loads of them. And then under elements here we have free photos. I mean, Canva allows you to use some free photos. There's some of them that are paid for, but there are also free ones. So you can use most of this to just make your design more beautiful. Here we have grid lines, we have frames, we have shapes, we have icons. There's a lot. You can use Canva to do almost anything you want to do. And the good thing is most of these images are free, most of these symbols are free, so you do not need to pay anything for them. And you can always play with the color. So whatever color it comes in, you can always change the color to whatever it is you want. So right there, it looks like a whole different design. It doesn't look like the one we started out with. And then we have charts. Now, if you're doing something a little more technical and professional, you can also use charts to depict what you mean. And then there is the I Love Canva app spots where you get a lot of free Canva stickers. And supposing you're creating something and you make an error, all you need to do is click undo, and it takes you back to the previous design you were on. A few guidelines concerning the pictures you want to use for your ad. Like I said earlier, make sure that the text on your image takes just about 20% of the image, and make sure that your image is simple. Try to avoid an image that's overcrowded with a lot of symbols and a lot of icons. And the key points to note about choosing an image: you have to choose a clear image, a compelling image, an attention-grabbing image, something a bit odd and unusual. You can also use popular images, for instance, images of celebrities. Facebook frowns on violent images, overly sexual images, images that show too much skin, degrading images that show somebody hitting another person or show someone suffering, or yes, such images that are not very emotionally stimulating. Okay, so the next thing we're going to touch on is how to write catchy headlines and content. Now, one thing you need to understand with Facebook ads, there are thousands of people out there putting ads every day. And I'm sure you get a lot of ads on your Facebook feed. Now, what makes your ads stand out from the rest is how catchy your headlines are and the kind of pictures you use. Be convincing with your words. So there are 4 things that I would like you to consider when writing a headline or content. First, is it useful? Is it unique? Is it urgent? And is it specific? Now, does it offer value to the reader? Is it different from the other ads they'll get out there? And is it urgent? Does it require to take action now? And is it specific? Does it give specific facts and figures and statistics? You need to take all of this in consideration. Now, depending on the sector you're in, this is going to present itself in different ways. But whatever it is, always make sure that your content is valuable. Okay, so I'll just show you the key points for writing a catchy headline. The first, use numbers. When you use numbers, it's natural for people to trust you. For instance, now this Sumomi campaign, you can see here where they say over 150,000 websites grow their traffic with Sumomi. So that's it. That's what they use. And when you use numbers like 150,000, people trust you. People know that you're capable of doing it. So you can use numbers. The second is be clear and concise. Avoid vague headlines or sounding too technical. Be personal and real. Okay, so the idea here is to go straight to the point. Now, you're on a social media platform, Facebook, and so what you need to understand is it's not a tutorial, it's not a course. So you need to sound personable and you need to sound very simple and childlike even. You cannot use technical terms because a lot of people on Facebook to wind down, not actually take a course, if you know what I mean. So let's take a look at this ad. We asked 37 content marketing experts, how has technology impacted brand storytelling in the last 5 years? Read their answers in the interactive ebook. So that's a good example. Now, the third thing you need to know about writing a catchy headline, ask a question. Questions are a great way to capture people's attention. When you see a question, you automatically want to answer it yourself or click to see the response. Now, check out the Snickers advert. All they had to say was, "Who are you when you're hungry?" That's all. That's all the ad is about. Just about 6 words, straight to the point. Now, the fourth point is leverage on lists. Now, people love lists. When our brain sees numbers, it immediately tries to process it, thus triggering a click. So, for instance, look at this ad, 12 best places to travel each month of the year. Number 1, January. So here, what happens is they made use of lists. Once you see 1st January, automatically you would like to click on it, especially if you're interested in traveling, to see what the other months have to offer. So the fourth thing you need to know about writing a catchy headline is to include a call to action. Now, this particular point doesn't really have to be the headline per se, but it's on the feed of the ad. At the end of your ad, you should always include a call to action. You do not want to write an ad and not include the call to action, because if you do that, it's as good as you wasted your time. So I have a whole list here of ideas you can use. You can use Click Me Now. You can use Make the Switch, Register Today, Act Now, Contact Us Today. Whatever call to action you are using depends on the kind of ad you are running. For instance, if you're making instant sales, if you're selling products, you want to use Buy Now, or you want to use Buy It Now, or Quick Checkout. If you're trying to recruit people, you can use Join the Team. You can use Act Now. So depending on the type of ad you're running, that's going to determine the type of call to action you use. Okay, so let's continue with our 6 points. Now, the 6th point is use powerful words. Now, this is very important because you have to use precise words that go straight to the point, and so you do not have time to go around the block before making your point. And with that, you need to go straight to the point with words that resonate with people. So words that people like to hear. Free. Now, the thing with free is you should try not to use free often, and you should try not to capitalize free, because Facebook is not very comfortable with that. But you can use free. You can use free like a normal word. People like free things. People like to hear the word free. People like to read the word free. You can use words that are captivating, like shocking, secret, astonishing, wanted, discover, sensational, miracle, improvement. reveal, now. These are words that stimulate people. Then use exclamation marks to emphasize a point. Same thing with capital letters. So you capitalize to emphasize a point. So this takes me back to the free. Now the reason you want to avoid capitalizing the word free is, like I said earlier, Facebook has frowns against free, using the word free so many times, because it almost looks like it's a scam. So you just want to avoid annoying Facebook, if you know what I mean. Okay, now try to use the word you more often in your ad copy. So instead of, for instance, let's look at these examples here. Instead of saying our service delivers twice the leads for half the cost, you can say, imagine getting twice as many leads as you are now, all for the same ad spend. Now, the whole idea is to make it personal, and the whole idea is to actually talk to your audience just like you would talk to a friend. Great. So, so from here, we go straight into it. Google Facebook Ad Manager. So how do we run ads? So there are two ways you can do it. You can Google Facebook Ad Manager, or you can go through your Facebook page. Okay, so in order to run your ad, you need to have a Facebook page, not a personal page, a business page. And it's very simple. So I'll just show you. So we'll go straight up to Facebook. Now we all know how a Facebook feed looks like. This is a typical Facebook feed. If you want to create a page, all you need to do is come over to the settings and accounts and create a page. So here you have two options. You can either create a business or brand, or community or public figure. So my guess is you'll be right here, because we're running a business. And then your page name and category, and you continue. Once you click on continue, you already have a page. You can go ahead to insert the information you have. Probably choose a profile picture, choose a cover picture. You can put your number, you can put some information about the kind of business you run. But okay, but since we already have this, I'll just take you right up to our own page. So here's the Repair Agency page, and as you can see, this is how a business page looks like. Pretty straight to the point. So here, if you like, since we want to run an ad, the first things first, we come back to settings and accounts, and then we create ads. Great. Okay. So this is the dashboard of the Ads Manager page. So what you do is take note of everything here. What's your marketing objective? So before you run an ad, you need to know what the objective is. There are so many objectives. It could be brand awareness. It could be reach, traffic, engagement, app installs, video views, lead generation. Now this tutorial is trying to teach you how you can run lead generation ads. And so this is what you click on, the lead generation. Now when you click on lead generation, the campaign name automatically takes lead generation. So you can choose to rename your campaign. I mean, it's always best to rename your campaign so you can keep track. So let's just call this lead generation 1. And then you click continue. Okay, so here you have the ad set name. This is a default Facebook name. This is Nigeria 18 plus. So you can always rename it. Let's call this tutorial 1. Okay. So some settings of this ad set have been automatically filled. Now this is you probably wouldn't get this if you're running an ad for the first time. Now the reason I have this is because this is my ad manager page and I've used it a couple of times to run ads. Okay, notwithstanding, I'll show you everything you need to do. It's very simple, trust me. So the first thing you want to change is choose is your page. I mean, this is the reason why we created a page. So your Facebook page, you need to pick a Facebook page. So for instance, you can use, if you created a page, your page should appear. And then you go ahead and click on your page. Great. And then here is another important thing you should note. Facebook will not proceed with your ad if you do not accept their terms. So what you see is you have accepted Facebook leads ad terms of this page. But if you're just running an ad for the first time, you would see a similar notice and they'll insist you read through the terms and you accept before you can proceed. So you can view terms. This how the terms look, and then you can accept. Great. So that's how it works. Okay then. So the next thing we'll come to is the audience. Now, if after everything we have done, we have picked out the best picture, we have the most insightful headline and perfectly scripted content, and we do not choose the right audience, all of that goes down the drain. So the most important thing you should know about running a Facebook ad is you need to choose the right audience. You can come over to the ads manager and then from the drop down menu, you click on audience insight. Now it's best to actually open on a new tab. Now the reason for this is you want to work simultaneously. You do not want a situation where you have to gather your information and start going back. I mean, that's a very tedious process. So, okay, over here to add to audience insight, you have two options to choose from. Now you can decide to choose everyone on Facebook, which means everybody that's on Facebook or people connected to your page. Now this depends on the kind of ad you want to run, like I said earlier. So the kind of ad you want to run, the type of people you would like to target. But it's always good to choose everyone on Facebook. So location. Now here, you decide what country or region or city you want to target. So if, for instance, we want to target Nigerians, so we click on Nigeria. And did you see that immediately we clicked on all Nigeria, there was a change in demography. So what happens here is you see the age and gender, and we have 38% of all Nigerians on Facebook are women and 62% of them are men. So we have the statistics. Now the chart shows you the age range. So from 25 to 34, we have 36%. So this is what Audience Insight does for you. You see the detailed breakdown. So let's choose age. Now, if you're trying to target people that are, for instance, 28, 29 to probably 50, you can see that there again, you get the audience. You notice here 0%, 0%. Now the reason for this is they're not included among the people you're trying to target. Same goes for people above 50. So now gender, if you like to focus on men, you can click on men. Then again, you see what happens. If you would like to focus on women, you click just on women. In this case, you can pick all. Now, the next thing you should notice is the interest. So the key here is to pick an interest that's closely related to the product or service you're offering. So the first interest should be a broad choice, something that's not so streamlined or specific. For instance, if you're in the makeup industry, you might want to use makeup. Makeup is very broad. Or since we're in the real estate industry, we'll go with real estate. So we notice we have more men. So 75% of men and 26% of women are interested in real estate. And then we come to job titles. Now, the people interested in real estate, what kind of jobs do they have? So we have cleaning and maintenance services, we have legal services, business and finance, a lot more. Now, another interesting factor you can use, you can go to page likes. If you're trying to build an audience, you can use audience insight to pick out the interests of your potential audience. So top categories here, you have furniture, solar energy services, you have wine, home decor brands. You see the kind of page they like Castle, Lifestyle Magazine, Design and Construction, Alibert Furniture, Beko, and then we check out location. Where are these people located? So here you are. Look at the top most. So we have Abuja and we have Lagos. If we click on see all, we have Lagos, we have Oyo, we have Port Harcourt. Now these are where our audiences are located. So the statistics show you where you should focus on, the locations you should target. Now the activity, what this shows is the frequency of activities, the number of times your selected audience come online, visit Facebook. So you see the pages liked, you see the comments, you see the post liked, you see the post shared, you see the ads clicked. Now look at that. That's very good. And then you see the kind of device they use. So you notice that Android takes about 90%. Now you can actually target Android users for different types of ads. Now for the ad we are running, which is a lead generation, we actually targeting everybody. So I just wanted to show you a brief audience insight on how you can analyze an audience. This is an opportunity for you to pick out the data, to sort out the data you would like to use. So we can go back to where we left off. Okay, so under your audience, you have create new audience. Now, custom audiences, you can just let this slide because this is a whole training on its own. But for this purpose, you do not need to know about this just yet. Then locations, everyone in this location, people will live in this location. Like I said, all this data you can get from your audience insight. And once you have your audience insight, which is, I'll tell you, is probably the most tedious thing about running an ad, you need to save your audience, because once you have your audience saved, it's easier to run ads. Okay, so I clicked on the, one of our saved ads, which we call Repro General. Now let's look at this together. Notice location, Nigeria, Lagos. If you remember, the reason why we chose Lagos is because Lagos has the highest number of Lagos. Look at that. Lagos is 23%. It has the highest number of the selected audience we're looking for. So Lagos is actually our primary point of reference. Now that's the reason why this it's Nigeria, Lagos. Now age 25 to 26. Now the idea here is we're trying to get people to join repro agency as independent realtors. And now the age we're looking at, we don't want people that are too young. For instance, we wouldn't really click on 19 or 20. The reason is they'll probably still be in college. Now you want to focus on people that are in the working class age. That's 25 to 65 plus. Now interest. So we have different interests. We have small business, civil service, making money, entry-level job, let's make money, Robert Kiyosaki, private property, forever living products, unemployed, business opportunity. Now, you will notice the kind of interest we're picking are people that we're trying to reach, people that want to make more money, want to multiply their streams of income, or are looking for a job. And so you click on all the things that circle around the whole idea. So that's why we have things like unemployed, business opportunity, digital marketing, job interview. So like I said earlier, whatever you're trying to run, make sure that you get the interest of the people that would likely be interested in your products. A good example is makeup. Okay, so I'm a woman, and makeup is very important to me. So if I want to run an ad on makeup and I want to pick out interest, I'll probably pick out celebrities like Kim Kardashian, because there's a high probability that if you love makeup, you'll probably be interested in her page. You pick makeup tutorials, you can do that. You can pick out leading makeup brands like Maybelline, Makeup, so that's the whole idea of interest. Great. So another thing you need to notice with your interest is, if you look at the right hand side of my page, you have the audience size. So it's always good to make sure that your audience is as specific as possible. Now, our audience size is fairly broad, which is not so bad since we're trying to recruit people. But if you can make your audience specific, the better for you, because what that means for you is you're reaching the right number of people that need to hear from you, and you're not spending money on people that aren't interested in your products or services. So here is the estimated daily reach. Now this would depend on the amount you're willing to spend every day. Good. Okay. So placements, show your ads to the right people in the right places. So here we have automatic placements, which means Facebook would naturally push your ad in the feed, and your ad will be more shown if people are quick to respond to your ad, which is a good thing. Now you have the option to edit placements, but I'll say this right here: always go for automatic placements, except of course you have very good reasons to want to edit your placements. So now budget and schedule. Great. So what we have here is your daily budget. How much are you willing to spend every day? So here is this is 7,300 naira. This approximately $20. Now you can spend as low as $5 every day, and you can spend as much as the list goes up. So now this depends on how long you want to run your ad for. So let's say, like I mentioned earlier, the more money you spend, the more your ads are shown to different number of people. So if you want your ad to be shown to a large number of people, you should be willing to spend more. But then again, if your audience was well specified, and the people that see your ad are interested in your ad, Facebook immediately lowers the amount of money they charge you for each impression or each click, and then your ad goes to more people for less. So what happens is Facebook judges ad on value. If your ad is termed valuable, you pay less for your ad to get to people. But if your ad is seen as not valuable, Facebook will charge you more to show your ad. Now, this is a way of trying to get you to stop running your ad. So, quick word of advice: make sure your ad is very valuable and your content is great and irresistible. Okay, then. So, once you've picked your budget, you can click on continue. So, great. Here we can call our ad name Repro Agency Lead Generation. Great. So just close that. We can call this Repro Agency Lead Generation. Now, Facebook, the identity of Facebook, your business is represented in ads by its Facebook page or Instagram account. Another reason why you must have a Facebook page. Okay, so here once more, your Facebook page appears, and then if you have an Instagram account, for instance, linked to your Facebook page, you can go ahead and search for it and impute here. Well, if you don't, that's fine, especially if you're not trying to run an ad on Instagram. Now, if the purpose for your ad is for Facebook only, you really do not need an Instagram account. That's optional. Now, the formats, here is how your ad will look like. This is a case where the first option is a case where you have an ad with 2 or more pictures or images. You can actually click on this. Now, if you have a single image ad, this is where you click on. And then if you have a single video, you can use this option. And if you have a slideshow, this is the option you should use. Now, a slideshow is mostly a looping video ad with up to 10 images, so you'd want to use this. Okay, so for the kind of so how do you put your image? So here, if we clicked on the single image ad and then you come right down to browse to upload a picture, you can browse library. And now these are images I've used initially. So we have a lot of images I've used initially to run various ads in the past. We have stock images. And great. Now you need to know stock images, Shutterstock images are not free. So if you have an account and you've bought your images, then good for you. Once you buy a Shutterstock image, you do not have this watermark. Okay. So you have page images. Now these page images, if you have images on your page, they're going to appear here, as you can see. So these are images from our page. So you can use any of them. Or you can upload your own image. Okay? So for instance, if you would like to upload the Canva image you worked on, this is where you get to upload your image. And once you click on your image, let's say for instance this image, once you click on your image, it uploads. As simple as that. So, and then there's of course Instagram here, all the pictures from your Instagram account comes up, so you can choose to use any of the pictures. So let's go back to the first one, because I think the picture I would like to use is right there already. Great. So we can choose this, and if you notice, since we chose this picture, we can just cancel it and cancel this, and we're good to go and confirm. Great. Great. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now we go to text. Enter the text for your ad. Now this is where this is an ad preview. This is how your ad will be shown on the phone, especially, or a desktop. So it tells you how other people see your ad. So if you leave your ad without any text, this is how it looks. Reaper agency, share the link. That's all. No words, nothing. Okay, so text. Okay, so before you run your ad, the assumption is you have already written your text and kept on a separate document, most likely a Word document. Now, the reason for this is you want to make sure that you have gone through your text, you have edited your text, and everything is in place. Now, before you run a Facebook ad, you need to make sure all the pictures you want to use, the material you want to use is ready. You can start running the ad and then think of the text to use. Okay? Right. So here is the text I would like to use. Like I said, it's already prepared. So that's a long text. It's a story. Now the thing with content, you should know is this part of the world where we live, we like reading stories. I mean, not just us. Everybody likes reading stories. So it's always good to make your art, to write your content in the form of a story, or you know, or a testimonial, something very intriguing and captivating to read. Something people would like to read more about. It's always really interesting. Okay, so let's see how we do that. So the display link. Now the display link is the write-up you usually see. Now the headline is the write-up you usually see here, right before the button. Now this headline is particularly important because this is what people tend to see before anything else. So let's write a headline that's captivating. Let's try how I earned my first $750,000 by using a software no one is using. Okay, look at that. How I earned my first 750,000 naira by using a software no one is using. Okay? Okay. So your call to action. Now, like I said earlier, it depends on what you would like. You have apply now, download, get quote, learn more, sign up, subscribe. So we're going to go with learn more because a lead generation has 3 pages. You have the first page, which is this, and then you have the form page and the thank you page. Now, usually your first page is your introduction. This is the catch. This is how you get people interested, and then you take them over to the form. So this is where you can put your best work, your captivating video, your captivating text, and then you click on learn more, so that when people click on learn more, you can take them to the form. So right here, once you're done with that, you can scroll down to the lead form. Okay, you may notice that we already have existing forms. So here what we do is there are two ways. If you already have an existing form that you would like to duplicate, you just click on duplicate. Now, if you do not, means you have to create a new form. So when you click on new form, the first thing is the content. You have the form type. Here, you just go for the more volume. Now, this more volume means it's quick to fill and submit on your mobile phone. Okay, you should always use this, especially because it's easy to use on a mobile phone, and more than half of your audience will see your ad on their mobile phones. Very, very important. Okay, now the second step is the intro. Now, the intro, you have a headline again to briefly describe what the people expect to see. Now, we can use the headline you used on your ad. You can use that. Two reasons you should use that is people know that they're on the right page, and if they were captivated by the headline, I mean, there's no need to start racking your brain to get another headline. So, how I earned my first 750,000 naira using a software no one is using. Okay, now there's something else you'll notice here. You have 60 words, and your headline cannot be longer than 60 words. So in a case like this, what you do is you can shorten your headline and it shows the most important words. So you can write how I earned my first 750,000 naira using a software. Good. Or you can say how I earned my first 750,000 naira using this software. So we have two options. We can go ahead and use this image, or you can upload another image. So right there, I think we can leave the image. And then here on the layout, it's a brief paragraph just to tell people more about your product or service, and this is actually required. So in this case, what I did was, since I told the story of someone who has successfully used this app to succeed, what I did here was I just briefly explained what the software is and more about the software, just to build trust and let people know that you, and show people that you know what you're talking about. Okay, all right, great. So right here, okay, so on the layout, this is where you put in your Word documents. That's it, you're good to go. The next thing we go to are the questions. What you need to know is you don't necessarily need a headline here. You can go with the headline existing. Learn more by providing your info below. Well, if you like to customize, that's good. The good thing about Facebook is you can use the kind of words you want to use. Just make sure that the words are compliant with Facebook's advertising policy. Great. Okay, so what information would you like to ask for? There are a lot of options. There are demographic questions, work questions, gender, relationship. Now, what you need to know is the fewer options you give, the better. People are very skeptical when you start asking a lot of personal questions. For instance, Where do you live? Street address, last name, zip code, relationship status. Now, again, it depends on your ad. But for this purpose, I would advise you just click on the phone number. So we have the phone number, email, and full name. That's all you really need. I mean, you can always call up and ask for more information. And whenever you pick an option, you can see it listed here: email, full name, phone number. Great. So you can also custom the questions. Now, this is optional. You can decide the kind of questions you would like to ask. Like I said again, it all depends on the purpose. So the next thing is a privacy policy. Very important. Facebook takes this very seriously. So you do not want to run an ad without a link showing your privacy policy, because your ad will most likely not be approved. You don't want to run the risk. So what happens is we can come right here. Most websites have a privacy policy. Okay, so most websites have a privacy policy page. All you need to do is copy the link and insert the link. That's all you need to do. Nothing more than that. So if you come to Repro Real Estate Professionals, you see our privacy policy here. You can click on that, and then you have the privacy policy. So what you do here is you just copy the URL, and you paste it. As easier as that. You don't necessarily need to put the link text. It's not compulsory, it's not necessary. You can leave that there. And then the last thing you do is a thank you page. Now, for one, I think the existing thank you screen is perfect, but you can edit, you can customize to suit your tone or your expectations or what you like your audience to see. So here we have thanks, you're all set. Your info has been sent to Repro Agency. Tap below to visit Repro Agency. Now, under button type, like I said, you have 3 options. You can view website, you can download, you can call business, right? So if you want them to call you, you write your phone number. If you want to download, you can put the link where they should download. And if you want them to visit your website, you just need to input with your website link right here. So if you want them to visit Repro Agency, for instance, we just input this link, reproagency.com, and then great, voila. Okay, so that's it. We're all set. You click on view website and it takes you to Repro Agency. Now, once you're done with all this, all you need to do is click finish. Now, if you don't want to run the ad immediately and you want to just do this for the meantime, you can save your form, just so that the next time all you need to do is create duplicate form like I showed you initially. So you can finish. Great. So there was one thing we missed. Okay, so on the thank you screen, what you notice is the headline, description, button type, button text, website link. That's it. We are good to go. So when you're done with all this, you can now click on finish. Great. So once you click on finish, here we are. I ran this ad yesterday, and now the reason I did this is because I wanted a case study where I can show you exactly how how I run the lead generation ads and the kind of leads I generated. So that's why I'm not going to click on the confirm button. Now the reason for this is because the ad is already running and I do not want a duplicate ad. But if you have followed the steps from the beginning, all you need to do is click on the confirm button, and then your ad is going to be reviewed and hopefully approved. So we go back to our slides. What you notice is we've gone way past the slides because we've done more of the practical work. Here is just how you generate the leads, choose audience, and all that. So this is good work. Okay. All right. So now if you clicked on confirm, this is the page, this is the screen you should see. Your items have been confirmed. You receive a notification once your ads have been reviewed and approved. So your ad is being reviewed. That's what you see. Okay, so once your ad is approved, usually you would need about an hour or 6 hours to know how well your ad is doing. Okay, so we can go to the ad I ran yesterday just to see how our ads are doing. Okay, great. So you click on ads manager. When you come here, you see the lead generation ad we run, and here you see 318 leads. Now this is after they reach 17,554 reach, and impressions 19,205. Look at the cost per result, 22 naira per lead. You can see the amount spent already. The ad is currently ongoing. Now, we're generating leads, and this means we have 318 people that have submitted their information here. And this ad is just from yesterday at 6 p.m. and today it's 4:45 p.m. So it's not up to a day, just 2 more hours, and these are the results I've gotten. Now another thing you need to notice is the amount I've spent. So this is approximately $20 in dollars, and this is not up to $20 yet. So for instance, we can say we've gotten this with approximately $50. So just so you know how you can budget and how you can run ads. So there you go. Lead generation, we have gotten leads. Until next time, see you again sometime. Okay, thank you.